lovely, lovely, lovely friends. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, my name is Melissa, or Missa. Welcome. I am very tired today. I had 2 hours sleep and I was up at 5:30. And so yeah, whatever. Anyway, today, as you can see by the title, we're going to be reviewing the new Beauty Bay Book of Magic. I keep wanting to call it the Book of Spells. Book of Magic eyeshadow palette, which looks like this. It just launched. They also just launched the Sunset one. I did a video on that. I will link it up there if you want to see it. There's me. Just there. Just if you want to see that. So today I'm going to be doing this look here on my eyes and giving you my thoughts on the palette. Not a voiceover this time, just a normal me putting makeup on. This is the beautiful palette. As soon as I saw it, I knew I needed to have it. I love blues, I love purples. These shimmers look insane. Some of these are like total jewel chromes. Like, look at that. Holy macaroni. Silver. Oh. Also, the rest of my face, I'm doing in a full face first impressions. That'll be out on my next video on Friday if you want to see that. Lots of good drugstore bits and pieces. So yeah, that's all we're going to do today. So if you want to see how I get on with this palette, do I think it's as good as the Sunset one? Do I think it's good quality? Does it blend? Does it do good things or bad things? Then just keep on watching. I am going to prime with my Makeup Revolution Ultimate Eye Base in light for no reason. Then I just, like, I've been sitting doing makeup for a long time and nothing's been working out, and I was using this to cut creases and do halos and all that jazz. So it was sitting out anyway, whatever. It's fine, I don't love it as an actual eye base. It's just a little bit creasy. But it's fine, it does the job. Lovely, lovely. Right, I'm gonna dive in first with the shade Cursed, which is what I feel today. And I just have settled on this big winged out look, as you can tell, because you've seen it. So I'm not at all trying to like get this looking pigmented at the moment. I'm just popping on a shape. Take that all the way to the inner corner. Okay, so then I'll grab just that same shade, and now I'll just kind of like pack on a little bit more pigment. Really nice navy blue. I would say as good as any navy blue, really. I'd say probably as good as the Mitchell one. It's very similar. I wonder if that's, you know, like they had these palettes in the process, and to be honest, they do kind of dupe the Mitchell for a lot of the shades. So maybe they just thought, you know, getting rid of the Mitchell and then selling these ones was like the thing to do. I know Mitchell's coming out with his own brand, but I don't think that would stop you having a palette with another company. Because heaps of people do that anyway, don't they? Oh, send Pro Plus. Send Caffeine. Send White Monster. I am legit not coping with how tired I am. So yeah, that shade just goes on really nice. Very easy to blend out. Then I will grab the shade Trick. So this is just the lighter blue, which is obviously ideal for blending out this dark one. I'm just doing this like how I did it on the other eye, because the other side I add purple at the end. I'm just doing it in the same order just to try and get the same kind of look. And because I figured like I wanted to use the purples as well. But yeah, this will begin more blue than it ends up. Then I'm gonna take, who knows, Elixir. This is again a lighter blue. See what I mean? Like, they just know what they're doing. They give us blending shades. Like, oh, I'm gonna give you a dark navy blue and then nothing to blend it out with. No. They give us everything we could possibly need to blend it out with. Thank you, Beauty Bay. I'll take that under here as well. Obviously using my lighter colours is covering up my darker colours, but that's fine. Oh, like they just do blend with zero effort. Then what I'm going to do is grab, is this the right brush? Potentially Hex, which is the black. I'm going to pop this on this outer portion, just in the same shape. Really good black. I can understand why they have a black in here, and I'm glad they do. Some people might be like, oh, I don't need a black if you've already bought the Sunset palette as well, but for me, I honestly always appreciate black in an eyeshadow palette, and look how good this one is. Like, it's just a decent black. Like, because you can just get whatever tones you want with a black. And then I'll go back into Cursed, and I will blend this out. It blends so easy for a black. Like, it's not scary to try and blend this out because it just does it so well. And then this dark navy is just like, I always find like dark navies and dark purples are just wunderbar for blending out black. So okay, and then before I pop on my lid colours, I'll just do the purples. So I'll grab the shade Sorcery, and this is where I decided to add the purples, just so that I kind of played with more of the palette on screen. I did do like a couple of purely purple looks before we got to this look, and they're just lovely. But I don't know, I thought I needed to use blue and purple just to, you know, really play with the palette. And blue and purple, I mean, obviously they go together so well. And they blend so well. Oh, I'm just so pleased because I knew I really liked Beauty Bay eyeshadows, and I was disappointed with one recently, and now I feel like it's fine. And then I'm actually going to mix Sorcery with Enchanted, just like patting into both, just to kind of make a medium purple, just to blend this out. And then like just Enchanted nearer the front here. And then when there's less on the brush, up here. Enchanted, again, it's a super pastel-y kind of, I'd say pinky lilac. So it's kind of covered up Sorcery, so I'll go back in. So a bit more of my purple. This is okay, I'm not actually matching this too badly, and I'll grab a little bit more Cursed. And just pop that here, in betwixt the purple and the black. And then yeah, because it's one of those days where I've just been struggling a little bit with my makeup. I've done about 40,000 cut creases today and they've just not worked out, so I decided to just pop colour on the lid and not like try and cut my crease and do everything. So I'm going to take the shade Spell, which is just outrageously beautiful, let's be honest. And it's way more beautiful in person than the pictures like you see online. I am going to wet it. Shimmers always work better wet. Look at that. Look at that colour. Yeah, in person it is, I can't explain, like you really do need to see this shade. In person it's just, it's got much more kind of interest to it when you see it with the naked eye. It's just one of those shadows that like cameras just really don't pick up on as well as the natural eye does. Oh, it's just beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Dose of Colour's Teal Me More, but not so dark. Maybe a tiny hint more like green toned, And then I'm going to go into Jinx, just on that same brush. Jinx is a much more kind of firm, more dry feeling shadow than the one we just used. But hopefully you can see it is applying on the eye nice. I just thought use a couple different shimmers. So I'm just popping that into the outer corner. It's much more like blue toned shimmer. It's very pretty, but as always these things go on better with your finger. I actually do end up covering most of this bit up, but I'll just grab it on my finger. I put my false nails on last night and then I kind of like rushed out the house and left, so I've not actually painted them yet, so just ignore them. They don't actually look that bad. Let's kind of blend that in. Oh, I just love this palette. I do get quite a lot of fallout, but whatever. Who cares? What did I do then? Well, lower lash line, I just again kept it super simple. I'm using my Huda double-ended black eyeliner. I got these in PR and that's the only reason I have them. I wouldn't have bought this. It's a good black eyeliner, don't get me wrong, but my Milani one or my Barry M are just as good and 10 million times cheaper. So anyway, so I've just popped that there, and then I'm gonna just take Hex, which is our black. Like I said, keeping it very simples. Taking that to about halfway. And then I'll just take a wee pinch of Cursed, which is our deepest blue. This is like, to me, this is very reminiscent, like the blues and the black and stuff in here, very reminiscent of my Mitchell palette, which is a good thing because the Mitchell palette isn't made anymore. And it's nice to have kind of a replacement for it. I'm also going to take the shade Moonlight, which is our like silver. I just pop this here. It's a really pretty silver. I did the whole look with like this as my halo and it was stunning, but you know when you're just not happy with a look. And I feel like if I'd continued filming it, you would have been like, oh, that's really nice, but I was just in a bit of a bad mood with it. But anyway, this is a really pretty silver. Pop that under the brow as well. It's really the only option for an under the brow highlight in this palette for me. That's what they're both missing, like the Sunset and this one is like a under the brow highlight. I mean, this one isn't technically because I've got this one, but you know what I mean. And then I'm gonna take, I actually think I might change it on this eye, so I'll take Charmed just on this same little Morphe brush that doesn't have a name, and I will wet it. Because I actually think it would be nice to pop a bit of purple under here, and then it ties in with that purple up there. This is a very pretty metallic, like, look at it. This is quite a dry, crumbly feeling one in the pan, compared to the other ones, which feel a lot more kind of wet and putty-ish. And it just applies beautifully. Again, I did a whole purple look and this worked beautifully, like all over the lid and stuff. Yeah, I think that's better because it takes in the purple from above and just kind of, yeah, makes it a bit more cohesive, I think. And then I took a black eyeliner. This is my Art Deco Long Lasting Liquid Liner Intense in 01 for no reason than it was the first one I picked out of my little cubbies. And I'm gonna do not a wing, but just a black line. Sometimes I really sound like I know what I'm talking about. It's great. And then I just took a little bit more Hex and just pat that on at this outer corner, and a little bit of Cursed just in that same brush, and it just fades that like black liquid liner into my eyeshadow look, so there's no like kind of ending, but it does kind of cover up that really pretty bluish shimmer we put on, but c'est la vie. And then I'm just going to do the pointy bit. This is really hard for me. I always struggle with this, but I love how it looks. I mean, I'll just clean that up with a little bit of concealer. So I feel like I've missed out a gap there. Oh, no eyeshadow. So that is where we are just now. That's what the look is looking like. I'm gonna go and film a whole other bit. I'm gonna do a full face first impressions, and then we'll come back and put lashes on together and then give you my thoughts. But that is what we look like at the moment. The other eye will look better because A, I've cleaned it up, and B, I didn't film it, so it always looks better. My lash glue is velour lash glue, but it's black, which I'm really into because I've got my liner on, so like it's so easy to use it. I was all scared of it before, and I can't tell you what my lashes are because I don't have them in the original box. I'm really sorry. They're probably Tatty Lashes TL2, probably. And that's the eye look done. Okay, so all my makeup is finished off. Like I said, it's going to be a first impression. It'll be up on Friday. This palette is fantastic. I really like it. Really good quality. Reminds me heavily of the Mitchell. Like, I feel like with this and the Sunset, I don't know where I put it, it's probably in my drawer. With this and the Sunset, like, I don't really need my Mitchell palette anymore, but I'm keeping it because I don't want to get rid of it because I love it. But I won't use it very much. I don't need to now. I've got the bright mattes, I've got the pastels, I've got this, and I've got the Sunset, and like, that's so cheap for all of those palettes. They're all so good. I'm so impressed. It works really well. All the shades that I used, I really like. It's kick-uppy, yeah, it's a bit powdery, but I don't care because the shadows go on my eyes really nicely. They blend so easy. I know this isn't the most interesting look I've ever done, but I still think like it looks quite nice. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that palette. I'm so pleased actually. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the palette. Have you bought it? Are you not gonna? What are you gonna do? Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!